Hi Scorpio, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your March 2023 tarot reading. Thanks to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, take out the crossword as always, and also pull the 4 agreements, wisdom, the oracle, and Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start reading off rolling those astrology we have in front of us to get an idea of where folks should be as far as that goes. Alright. Well, we have 10, and 10th house energy for you guys is actually Leo. Nothing really going on there, astrologically speaking. We did have the full moon there recently, but nothing going on there for March. But yeah, 10th house in general points to career and social status, so there could be some focus for you there this month. Alright, we have Libra, and Libra energy for you guys is actually your 12th house. Again, nothing really going on there, astrologically speaking, but Libra energy for you guys, given that it's your 12th house, could point to spirituality, blind spots, and mental health. And we have Venus. So Venus is actually the ruler of Libra as well as Taurus. And let me see, this month Venus is going to be, well, in March I should say, Venus is going to be in Aries. And I think it'll move to your opposite sign a little bit past the midpoint of March. So moving from your 6th house of health, work, daily routines into your 7th house of relationships and partnerships. All right, so we'll keep all that in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Death card, which is the Major Arcana card for your sign, and challenging that we have the Hermit, Major Arcana card for Virgo. So seeing these two here, to me this says that there's something that you're being called to leave behind, but for whatever reason you're really resistant to do so. You might feel like there's still something to be learned from the situation, so you could really just be digging deep trying to figure out exactly what that is before you fully feel comfortable moving forward. Now the positive news with that is the fact that we actually will have a full moon in Virgo right around at the start of the second week of March, so that should actually help give you the clarity you might need around that situation. For some of you, this could be pointing to your friendships or possibly even your work environment. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Ace of Cups. So seeing this in the foundation, what this could actually be saying, speaking of friendships, is for some of you, this could be one of those things where maybe you actually might have feelings for a friend, right? But you could be figuring out just almost analysis through paralysis, right? Or paralysis through analysis, I should say, where you're just thinking over and over like, okay, what are the pros, what are the cons, right? What if I tell them that I do like them and they totally shoot it down, you know? So it could be one of those things where you feel that interest for this person, but you're just really looking at every single detail about what could go right, what could go wrong within the situation, and that could be causing some stagnation there. All right, in the past position, we have the 10 of Cups. So for some of you, maybe that's what this is, right? You might feel like in the past you found yourself swept up in this overly idealized or romanticized vision of something, and maybe that didn't work out for you in the past, right? So now you might find yourself swinging a little bit too far to the opposite side, right? Where you're just completely focusing on the very practical, grounded version of a situation. So that could be what's at play here, where you're going to have to try to find that balance between the two. All right. And in the present position, we have the Page of Swords. So yeah, to me, this gives me a bit of like a flustered type of energy, you know, where you're ready to come forward to say something on the one hand, but you still feel a little bit nervous around it. Like I said, for some of you, this did give me a thought of a romantic connection where maybe you've just grown feelings for a friend, but again, this could be around finances, friendships, you name it. But yeah, either way, it looks like whatever energy it's pointing to primarily, it looks like there is a desire on your part to come forward and communicate what you're thinking, what you're feeling, but at the same time, hesitancy to do so. All right, in the near future position, we have the 4 of Pentacles. So yeah, this is actually Capricorn energy here, and for you guys, that's your 3rd house communication. And actually, this does make me think of the fact that you guys are ruled by Pluto, and Pluto is actually going to be moving out of these degrees of Capricorn and into the 1st degree of Aquarius toward the end of March. So that could be part of what this shift is about too, right? So maybe if you felt like you were a little bit too controlling around what you do say versus what you don't say, with feeling the energy of that transit. Could just be saying that it's moved into your fourth house. You might be feeling a little bit more like you have a desire for a connection on a more emotional level. So you might find yourself wanting to open up a little bit more than you might have in the past. All right, and in the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Page of Cups. So yeah, I'm seeing this here again. It looks like a desire to communicate, right? Just like I was saying with the Page of Swords as well. But you might feel, what I usually say when I see this card in certain situations is, it makes me think of that old saying, "a fish out of water," right? Because we see that fish in the cup there. So it could just be one of those things where, because you might have been closed down for so long emotionally, you might feel like you're out of your element now, even though you guys, that is your element, water, right? So it could just be one of those things. You might have been operating in such a practical mode for so long that you might feel like you don't even know where to begin now that you are trying to get back in touch with your more emotional side. Or at least expressing that emotional side, right? Maybe you feel like you didn't lose connection with your emotional side throughout that transit, but expressing it might have been where you were holding back the most. All right, and in the environment position, we have the Ace of Wands. So yeah, I feel like you're being nudged to take action in some way this month. You just might be getting signs and synchronicities to just push forward in some way. Now, whether or not you act on it, right, there's no guarantee with the Ace energies, but given that we do see 2 pages, it seems like it is a little more likely you will, but there could just still be some hesitancy around it. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Empress. So yeah, I feel like this is saying on one hand you do want to lay back, right, be more open, be receptive. So like I said, it looks like just one of those things where maybe you found yourself in that very open, vulnerable position before. Maybe it didn't work out the way you hoped, and then the reaction to that was to go too far to the opposite extreme, right? Where you're like, oh, I refuse to open up now. And now I feel like you're feeling yourself ready to come back to that middle place where you have a little bit of both, right? The practicality, but also the openness. All right, and in the outcome position, we have Temperance. So yeah, Sagittarius energy here. And again, I feel like it's the same theme. Where, like I said, if we look at the artwork, we see 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on the ground, right? So finding that balance where you could say, all right, I can be in touch with my more emotional side without completely losing touch of the more practical, grounded side, right? And still be able to flourish in the process. So that's what I see with that. And the good thing is, if this is, I know it seemed to take more of a one-to-one relationship theme the more we were reading through the cards. But if this is more of a financial thing, conceptually it could be the same thing, right? Where you're like, okay, could still be in tune with your creative side, but still actually get some practical, tangible gains from that, right? So that could be another way it's playing out too, given that Sagittarius energy is your second house of finances. All right, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, just an indicator here that what you've been doing, possibly been doing for a long time, just might not be working as well as it did in the past, right? So that could be really what's at the center of nudging you forward to take action. And speaking of nudging you forward, beneath that, we see the Chariot card as well. So that looks like I said, it feels like there's going to be just some dynamics you'll feel around you that are nudging you forward, taking action. And like I said, it could just be the shift of your ruling planet, which we're all going to feel the move from Pluto from Capricorn to Aquarius, but given that that's your ruling planet, you'll feel it more than most. All right. So moving to your 4 agreements card, we have always do your best, and it says don't overdo. Okay, it says always do your best, but don't overdo. When you overdo, you deplete your body and go against yourself, and it will take you longer to accomplish your goal. So yeah, definitely a pretty positive message there, right? And especially where, like I said, it looks like you could be on the fence about something to where you've wanted to take action around something, but again, like I said, a bit of a fear around that. So given that we see these page energies do tend to be youthful, vibrant energies, but it could just be saying to also pace yourself, right? And again, that would come back down to what we were saying there as far as maintaining a balance. So hopefully that resonated. All right. Next, we have from the Wisdom Oracle, we have Treasure Island. There's the artwork and the numbers 9. Okay, under essential meanings, it says the law of attraction bringing dreams into fruition, the results of positive thinking made manifest, abundance appearing as if from nowhere, financial gains, and the sharing of good fortune. The Oracle's message: you've worked hard and acted upon your unwavering belief in abundance, and suddenly, in the midst of it all, you hit the jackpot. You have uncovered the map to buried treasure and tapped the unlimited potential within you. What you must hone now is your ability to recognize when X marks the spot, because some of these golden opportunities may be obvious, but others may not be so readily apparent. Trust your intuition to light your way now as you enter this truly prosperous phase where all the long, hard work navigating your inner life is now paying off externally. In all aspects of your life at this time, you have good fortune. Don't forget to enjoy it and share it with others, as treasure shared multiplies like magic. So yeah, definitely a pretty positive message there. And interestingly enough, when that part about multiplies like magic, the word magic made me think of that 10 of Cups energy in the past. And that could be what it's saying too, right? Where maybe you lost touch of that side of yourself a little bit that believed in magic, if you will, right? And now you're getting back in touch with that a little bit. All right. The relationship message says your relationship is a treasure, providing even more than you need, but you may not see that right now. No matter how long you've been together, you and your partner are always discovering hidden gems about yourselves and each other. Now is the time of discovery. It's as if everything is in sync and everything is new again. Romance blooms and love is in the air. You can be assured that this partnership will bring you great gifts and valuable lessons. Keep your heart open. The message of this card is to celebrate love and what it teaches you. So yeah, again, pretty positive message there as far as seeing the Ace of Cups in a foundation, and then also seeing the Page of Cups too, right? So where it talked about everything being new again, that could be what that Page of Cups energy is saying for some of you too, right? Where it might feel like a fresh start because you are getting more in touch with your more emotional side and being more open around expressing that. All right, and the prosperity message says at this time you can be confident that success is yours. Your ideas are hitting the mark, and you're in a true manifestation period when you will see evidence of the seeds of prosperity you planted in the past. The appearance of this card in a reading indicates that your dreams and aspirations align with concrete signs of prosperity in the world of form. This is a very auspicious and fortunate time for business. Creative projects will flourish and inspiration strikes. Share your wealth with others too. Generosity and gratitude shall lead you now. So yeah, definitely a pretty positive message there too, as far as where it talked about planting the seeds, right, and seeing the growth from that. So for some of you, that could be what the Seven of Pentacles energy is pointing to, right? Maybe you start to lose faith that the seeds you had planted will come to fruition, but the energies this month looks like you will see more of a belief in the positive side of things there. Right, and lastly, we have a mudra for you guys. This is your mudra here. It's the Mahatrika mudra, and the keyword for it is fluidity. Okay, and there's the info on it if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say. But under benefits, it says reduces menstrual cramping, regulates menstrual cycle, relieves pelvic congestion and constipation, benefits the prostate and bladder, aids the healing of hemorrhoids, assists the release of past emotions related to unconscious sex or sexual abuse. So if that sounds like a mudra thing to be beneficial for you guys, we'll put the name in the description of the video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.